Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new session of our podcast. This is Kevin Hu from Shanghai. This is the part B of our of this lesson. So let's continue with our ABAP workbench here. The error that occurred in part A is because of the misuse of the type name, because I copy and paste the code from the guide, and I realized that there's some names, some type names, property names that need to be changed. So here, let's look at the model provider classes a little bit further. Here we can see there's several properties have been defined, and in the end we bind the structure, which is my custom name, NPC sFlight Kevin Hu, and then we create the entity set, the bookings, which will be mapped to the booking collection in the OData service. So this is basically the model provider classes. So let me check again. Test call to the service document. Let's see the result. Here we have a collection called booking. Let's check the metadata. Check the metadata. Okay. So here we go. We have the properties. We have the property types defined here. We have the entity set, which is named bookings. Okay, so the OData service is active. Now we would like to add another model type, which is called the location. It will serve as a complex type, which is part of the booking. Let's see, we have defined several attributes here: country, cities, airport, time. I prefer to type in manually to avoid those same troubles here. So for the method here, we have another entity, the complex type called location. So here we have a complex type defined here. It's called OData complex type. So you need to know those reference types here. So the location will be part of the booking entity. So here copy paste. It's not create entity type. It's let me see, create complex type location. Okay, fine. And here we have some properties to create, define here. We have the property name, country, and above name is capital country here. So let's copy paste several lines here, and we have the, we have some other attributes such as city. We have probably the same. So you can easily understand what I'm doing here. Airport. So the last one is here. Time. Compress type. Let's see. Let's bind the structure. The thing that happened is the booking entity. Here is what I call NPC. sFlight Kevin Who 2. Let's see, location. Let's save it. Let's do an activation here. There's some errors here, and let's see, display the errors. So the means the function cannot be into. Sorry, there's a mistype here. So it's a complex type. Okay, fine. Cross my fingers here. Okay, fine. There seems to be no errors here. So the next thing I'm gonna do here is let's try another call here. Allow in browser. Let's see what happened here for the metadata. As you can see, we have a complex type which is part of the it's part of the entity sets. So what we're gonna do here is we would like to define another type. I still prefer to manually typing, so there will be take some time. Beginning of flight S, end of type flight. So let's begin of airport S. So another type is called airport. So I still have to copy and paste those things here. The code is, I think the code is too long, so we have to preserve something that we want here. So the code is basically to connect each of those types, for the flights you have, you can search by airport. Also, you can search those airports and see how many flights that depart from this airport. So here we have several types that have been binded here. Let's click save. Let's do activate. Yes, there are some characters at the time of copy and paste, so it's quite annoying here, but I have to fix it. Here we have location as is not known. Maybe there's something wrong with the sequence, so I put the locations in front of the flight type. Let's check. Yes, fine. The object has been activated here, so let's call it again. Metadata. Yes, we have C in the metadata. There are some additional collections have been defined: the flights and the airport. Let's go back to metadata. So here we have different kind of attributes assigned to flights and airports. The airport and the flight entity type. The location, contract type, and in the entity container we have 3 entity types. So here we have next thing we want to see is we create some associations between the entity types, and you can see we can create an association between the flight departure and the flight destination related to airports collections. And also we have a booking collection which is related to the flights. So here we can see this is the syntax of creating the association. So So let's do an activation. So probably there's some errors here. As you can see, we have not defined the association, L association unknown. This is probably because of we have not yet defined in the data section of the method. Just here you can see we have association defined, association type defined as a I'm not quite reading the documentation, but I guess it is named as association property, association type. So let's try. Okay, it's unknown, so let me consolidate into the documentation and see what's the exact name of it. So this is the name. So it looks awkward, but it is. All data association. Fine. Cool, that's it. So let's try again. As we can see here, let's switch to metadata. We have the association defined here. This is the association we created. So this session will continue with part C. So thanks.